It's vlogging time!
뻔뻔하게 날 쳐다보지 좀 마. 엄청 한 줄만 알았지 이 바보야. 뻔뻔하게 날
Hi, Sawadee-krap. My name is V,ผมใช V. For everyone who doesn't know me, I'm from Bangkok, Thailand, and today we have a vlog again for you. I was working in the garden and on the mailbox you saw in the last video, but I didn't finish it yet. I sadly have to say in this video I also didn't finish it, but because I forgot many steps, I forgot to explain something, so I will give you some explanation now. And so I'm a little bit of a storyteller today, so the episode today will be a bit different. If you don't like it, how we do it this time, you can leave a comment, or if you like it, if you think like, oh, this is a cool way, then also leave a comment below and tell us, and we will continue doing that if many people like it. And before we start, there is a very important thing. For everyone who watched last time my durian video, there I had a little challenge for myself. As many likes the video gets, as often I will say the full name of Phungthep Mahanakon. I already made a video, you can see it here on the channel. Here's a little clip of the video where you can see how I say the name.
Phungthep Mahanakon อมรฐานีโคสิมหินทายอยุธยามหาธีรภพนุภาราชราชธานีปุริรมอุดมราชธานีเวทมหาสถานอมรพิมามอาวทานสถิตสักขทายาวิษณุคัมภาสิทธิ์
So this was the last challenge. This time I have again a challenge for you. So if you like this video, because this time if we reach again over 100 likes, many people always ask me to shave myself, because I never totally shave. Like today I groom it, I cut it, but people want me to totally shave my face. And if it is again over 100 likes this video, then I will completely shave my face like a baby, so then you will see my fully baby face. And if this video get 250 likes, then I will shave my hair on video for sure. So if you want to see that, then click like on this video, and to be sure that we will get 100 or 250 likes, share it with your friends, tell them to like this video. Okay, let's go to the video. Okay, this time I started first with the mailbox front. I peeled off the paint where I had a lot of problems, and I tried it very hard, but the paint is so tough and I want to get it all off because I wanted to paint it. So you can see I have really a lot of problems, and you can also see the big rust under the paint. So this is what we try to get rid of. I try different methods to get the paint off, but all is not working. And so I made myself a box where I put plastic bag around, then I put the mailbox cover inside the mailbox front, and I want to adding paint thinner because paint thinner normally can lose paint, so I thought this will be enough. So this is what I tried first, and it totally failed. So instead of the paint coming off, the plastic bag started to dissolve, and then the paint thinner was running out in the box, and then I had it all over the ground. Then I make myself with some duct tape and some wood. I try to make a little basin where I can put the mailbox front inside, put paint thinner inside to get the paint dissolved again. It was a super by the way, at this time I bought paint dissolvent, and first I was thinking this is a liquid. And when I opened it, in the moment I opened it, this thing was under high pressure, which I didn't know. In the moment I poked a hole inside, the pressure was releasing out, and I had the paint dissolvent over my arm, also over my face. Luckily I had it next to my eye, but not in my eye. I was so lucky. The first thing what I had to do after this is washing off the paint dissolvent, and then here you can see now in the next clip how my finger is a bit red. I can promise you they were really red, and it was hurting a lot. I had to wash it off immediately. So then I used glove, and then I was thinking it comes out as a liquid, but no, it comes out as a gel. So okay, and then I tried to brush it with my fingers, and then I very fast figured out, you can see in the middle of it I take off my gloves because this paint dissolvent comes through the gloves, so then my hands, they hurt so much. So I had to take off my gloves and had to go inside again to wash my finger. So in the meantime already some of the paint dissolved, and now I'm wearing 3 layers of gloves. Even with 3 layers I was still feeling the paint dissolvent, so in the middle I had to change the 3rd layer. But with the paint dissolvent I finally could get rid of the paint. To do this work I was wearing a mask, and I was, as you can see again, 3 layers of gloves. So to make sure that my skin stays okay and that I don't breathe in the gases coming from this. So, and then I used a brush, then slowly but surely I was getting off the paint finally. After I got the whole paint off, I cleaned it and then I want to put it in vinegar. And then finally I was thinking, yes, the thing what I built there too, I can use it now with vinegar. But the duct tape is very strong, and when I tried it with water before, the water was holding inside. But the problem is that vinegar somehow dissolves the glue of the duct tape, and so after a while the vinegar was coming out and was all over. So then I changed again. My third try, I changed to Zuki's toilet. She has 2 toilets, so don't worry. It's not that Zuki now has no toilet anymore. Zuki has 2 toilets, so I use the little one. By the way, Zuki was totally not happy about this. She came there and she looked very upset that I used the toilet with vinegar. Then I finally had a reservoir where I could put the front of the mailbox inside to use the vinegar. And by the way, the vinegar is to get rid of the rust, because vinegar is dissolving rust. If you leave it too long inside, I think the metal might also dissolve, but for this you have to wait a long time. So in the meantime, I was cutting wood. Sadly, I forgot to make some clips of this. I have a clip where I took out the big root of the garden. You can see where it was before. It was going all over the grass. It was like 5-6 meters long and was going to the driveway. So if it would continue to grow, then it would destroy my driveway. And so I got it out, I cut it out, and I cut a lot of wood pieces. And then we also have some of the branches to see, which I cut off. And so you can see I really did a lot of work, that I cut off a lot of branches from the trees, and they are all now in my garden, and this was really very hard work. Next, I will continue to do the rest of the weeds and the grass, which is on the side. I want to get totally rid of them. For this we have to get out the whole roots. So I'm sitting on the floor, taking out the weeds, including the roots. So I was like trying to go under the weeds. So I was moving a lot of soil, because if you don't get rid of all the roots, then they will come back. And for sure you cannot get 100% of the roots, so some of them will come back. So then they're easy to see, and then you can just get rid of them very easy. So this took me a lot of time. So also something which I didn't show you, I moved all the big branches on the grass. I chopped them all apart, mostly with my manpower. I totally forgot to film this, and so you see now only the empty garden and a lot of bags, and all these bags are now full of the tree branches of the small ones. The big ones you see are in the basket. Totally tired, and you see how wet I was. Like, it looks like I was cool. I went swimming with my t-shirt. So, and the next day the trash department was coming, and I would get more bags because they only take 2 or 3 bags per time. I was talking a bit with them and helping them with it, showing them the broken bags, so not that they take it up and then the whole stuff will come out. Got my basket back, and then I had still like 4 or 5 bags left, so it took me another 2 pickups to get rid of all the bags. If you have so many bags, you cannot just get rid of them easily. It's like you have to wait a while. Later on I found out that the vinegar is so black because of the machete which I have. This kind of machete, it had layer of black paint in the back. This was dissolving also in the vinegar, which I didn't see first, and not so smart of me. After I polished all the tools, I took the mailbox front and polished it also to prepare it for the paint, because now it's finally painting time. So, and after preparing it, and I put the first layer of paint in the front, which later on was a very stupid idea. I should have started in the back, because the front is the one which has to be beautiful, and when you make first the front and then the back, you have to turn it around and you mess up the front. After I finished painting the front, and I'm very sorry, it's very bright, it's hard to see because it was a very sunny day and was reflecting on the ground and was reflecting from the white paint on the mailbox front, and so everything was hard to see. I took apart another t-shirt to polish it and clean it more. You can see how strong baby is. And then I prepared the back part with vinegar also so I can paint it. And the back part I prepared very nice because I could see later that the paint was sticking very nicely. And here you can see now just the first layer which I put on, and it stayed very nicely because I prepared it nicely and I polished it nicely so that the paint sticks, which didn't totally happen to the front. So the front is like I totally messed up the front. After I finished the back and I turned it around, the front was like, oh. So we will come also to the part where I have to repaint the front. But first I was fixing the mailbox hole with wall putty because the mailbox was also broken on the side and water was coming in, and so I used wall putty to make it nice. When using them with silicone, it will look nicer again, and also water will stay outside. This is the most important part. So I cut my fingers a lot. You can see I have a lot of band-aids. See how sad it is that I had to take off the paint off the front totally, like from everywhere where it was not on the surface where it stick nice, and all the rest didn't stick nice. So I had to take it off and I had to prepare it all again. I had to use sandpaper again to make it repainted then. But you can see when I go with the sandpaper over the paint rest which is on there, you see it's sticking very nice. It's not coming off at all, and this time hopefully correct. So, and when it was finally prepared, you can see now it looks very nice, and now it's ready to repaint it. And after repainting the whole front several times, I think I put 4 or 5 layers to come up the layer which I already had on there so that it all looks nice and smooth. It took me several hours because you always have to paint, you have to wait 30 minutes, have to paint again, wait 30 minutes, and in the end it came up very nice. The reason why I don't show finishing the mailbox in this video is because it took 4 or 5 days to totally dry the paint. I think it's because it's so humid at the moment in the rain season, so it took much longer time. Normally it should take like 2-3 days to totally dry through, but first I used a lot of layers, and secondly it's very humid, so the paint took a lot of time to really fully dry. That's why you don't see the finishing of the mailbox in this video, but in vlog 12 you can see me finishing off the mailbox, so there finally you can see how it looks very nice and finished. I can promise you it will be very beautiful because I saw it already, so it's worth to wait for it. So next, after I finished painting the mailbox, I had still some time and I wanted to clean the leaves and so on off the grass, but the problem was that the tool to clean off the leaves, I don't know what is the name. You can see it. My editor Jay, please say the Thai name because I only know the German name, I don't know the English name. And it was broken in 2 parts because it's old already and it was rusted through. And so I was working on it to put it back together because at the moment in the situation we have, many shops are closed, so it's not easy to just go to a shop and buy a new one. Also, like, okay, in this case it would be better to buy a new one, but it's always better to fix things than to buy new things. It saves money, so you can see me fixing it. First I did some nice holes again, and because I cannot just glue them together, I took a piece of wood from the tree. I used this kind of tree because when I cut it I already it's like very tough, very hard, so I got a piece off of it and then I shaped it in the form that it will fit inside. So I used the wood in the middle to stabilize it, and then first I was fitting the wood pieces so they really fit in tight. This should stabilize 2 pieces in the middle so that they will not break apart again. And after stabilizing them in the middle, I taped them around, and because on the outside it was still unstable, I used chopsticks and broke them down into pieces, and I used the chopsticks as splints, and then I used the tape around to keep the splints in place. And after they were in place, then I used duct tape, which is much stronger tape, and in the end when I was finished you can see it's very stable. For sure not as stable as a new one, but I was okay with it, and so I went to try it out. I had one of the gardeners, by the way, to cut the grass for me because my back was hurting a lot from a lot of work, so I just had to get rid of the grass on the ground, and you can see I'm very happy with it. I forgot splints on the top and on the bottom, so my duct tape was gone, so I used another tape which I have, so I make it a bit more stable, and you see now it's also even better to use. Very happy, as you can see. Oh, and then I had again a lot of branches and a lot of stuff which I have to make small. On this tree you can see I cut off some of the branches, and you can see that there is there's a colony of small honeybees, and they're like everyone started freaking out, and I said they're nice, they're kind, you don't have to worry. And when I cut off the one bigger branch, then like 200-300 of them come off, most of them flying around the colony, and like 50 come down. Were looking what am I doing, like some were flying around the cut off branch, and like 20-25 were flying around me, also around my head, but I was just standing there, standing friendly and show that I'm not a threat. So they were just looking what am I doing, and then after they saw I'm not a threat, and I moved very slowly, and I didn't run, or I didn't move too fast, so I didn't show any way of aggression. After they were flying around me, and then they went back up, and everything was okay. And so people always telling me like, oh, you need to be so careful, they're so dangerous. They're not dangerous. They only attack if you do bad to them. Like if I attack their colony, sure, they will sting me. But if I don't do anything, I'm just near them, then they are very nice and very calm and quiet. So no need to be afraid of them. So this is just like a little story about bees. So, and then when I was cutting around, this is the next step after the bees. So instead of the bees hurting me, I hurt myself again with a knife, because I was cutting some of the wood. See, when you are me, you don't need any snakes or any bees or I don't need any of them to hurt me, because I hurt myself all the time. By the way, the neighbor from there who is scared of the bees, he bought them over some Thai catnip for Suki, and then Suki was playing with it. And in the end you can see again 2 bags and the basket full, because I know the trash department will not take more anyway. During I was doing this, Suki is just on the side and playing with the catnip and really enjoying it. So ขอบคุณครับคุณ neighbor, if you see ขอบคุณครับพี่ for giving catnip to Suki. Yeah, and then I was finally finished. So then I'm finished for this vlog. You will see more in episode 12. I can tell you it is like very nice. The mailbox will finally be finished, and doing also some other stuff. And I'm playing around with silicone. If you have no experience with silicone and you want to use it in future, or you need to use it at home, you can watch this video. Vlog 12, you really have to watch it, because my experiences with silicone is when I was 15 years old, so it's like almost 25 years ago. So I watched some videos on YouTube and I learned a lot of tricks. So if you want to know these little tricks because you want to work with silicone yourself also soon, then you need to see episode 12 will come soon, don't worry. And thank you very much for watching. ขอบคุณครับ and remember to click like and share it with your friends if you want me to see you without beard and maybe without hair. See you the next time. Thank you so much. Bye bye. ขอบคุณครับ Love you all. จุ๊บจุ๊บ Bye bye.
있던 거야 바보같이 나만 보는 여잔 줄 알았냐 미안하지만 이제 넌 꺼져줘라 베베